on Monday, the 18th of February 2019. And it's just gone 5 p.m. in the studio clock. So, how are you all? Apologies, first of all, for not being here last Monday. I was recovering from a very bad flu. I'm sure a lot of you probably had the odd cough and cold and fever. It was going on everywhere. A lot of people I knew, even at work, a lot of people were off sick because of this flu going on. I think the weather has been quite funny, actually. Sometimes cold, sometimes warm. Today was in the morning. It was perfectly really nice. It was a quite mild, sunny day, and suddenly now it's raining. So I think the weather is being funny, and that's why people are kind of feeling a bit ill. Anyway, I'm alhamdulillah doing very well right now, and I'm back. Delighted to be back, actually, and delighted to talk to you all this evening. And I hope if anyone else is suffering from any cold, cough, flu symptoms, I hope you recover very soon, inshallah. Moving on to today's show. Now, I have, like every week, I have got two very different, interesting topics of conversation. One of them is actually an incident that has been, getting attention from a lot of residents in and around Peterborough. We'll be talking about that in the second half of the show. But in the first half of the show, now, women in Peterborough are requesting for a community centre, all-women community centre. And Peterborough Women's Association is a voluntary organisation that lends support to women of different communities in the city, especially Asian and the minority community women. They organise lots of events, and they have these workshops for women. Basically give them a chance to get out and about, meet each other, socialise, have a good time, and forget about their worries for some time. So it's a very nice organisation helping these women, find a place in the community, integrate in the community, and they are struggling right now, is what the admins have told me when I spoke to them, that they're struggling to host these events or continue to host these events that they have been doing so because of not being able to finding a venue. They're struggling to find a venue that can accommodate the needs of all these diverse community women, because some of them might not want to go to a place, or some of them would like this in the venue or that in the venue. So she's struggling, and she thinks, one of the admins, that it would be a very good idea to actually have an all-women community centre welcome to everybody who would like to access it. And Ruxana Khosa, one of the admins, she's going to be joining me very shortly to talk to us about all this. They've also put in a petition with the City Council requesting for a centre. So we'll hear all about that in the first half of the show. And in the second half of the show, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be talking about this incident. Now, offensive stickers have been spotted in Huntington, in and around Huntington actually. And this has left the residents very angry, very upset with the kind of language, with the kind of remarks that were posted on these stickers in and around the city, even in playgrounds actually. So lots of tension, lots of anger in the local residents. And we're going to be talking about this in the second half of the show. I'm going to be joined by one of the local residents as well, who has spotted these stickers and who actually reported them to the police and the authorities. The stickers, however, the posters have been removed by the authorities now. In fact, they were immediately dealt with, and they've been removed. But we'll be talking about this to find out the reactions of the public and what it has, how it's made them feel, basically. So that's what we're going to be talking on our show today. And like always, I have some of the some announcements of some happenings in the city, some events taking place shortly. So I'm just going to be reading them out to you just to give you a heads up on what's happening. Right. So this is my show. Please feel free to reach out to me and give me your comments on what you think. Do you think Peterborough lacks a women-only centre, or there are some of these hidden gems, hidden places, some community centres which are fantastic? They can be amazing for holding women-only events. your suggestions, please get in touch with us. And also, if you have spotted these stickers, or if you are aware of these stickers being posted in Huntington or maybe somewhere else that you've come across them, I would like to hear from you. You can get in touch with us on 01733 602 133. You can also text us and WhatsApp us on 07745 278 978. Please also join us on, if you're listening to us online, you can join us on salamradio.co.uk and as well as Facebook, Salam Radio. If you find us on Facebook, you can comment there, leave us a comment, your suggestion or what do you think about these things. I think it's time to play the first nasheed of the hour, and after this I will have my first guest with me, so do come back after this nasheed and we will continue our conversations.
Oh, you came into this life, brought up as an orphan child through a time of deep despair. Oh Muhammad, your days at work began as a fair and honest man. You showed just how much you care. And one night in that cave, when the archangel came, and your life in this world will never be the same. Rasulullah, Habibullah, the light is always showing me the way. Rasulullah, Habibullah, I'm longing for the day I see your face. You brighten up my day, and in my heart you'll stay. With every breath I take, I'll never leave your way. Eyes that could light up any soul, you became the chosen one to proclaim the word of God. Oh Muhammad, in the brightness of the sun or the stillness of the night, you would never ever stop. Being kind, giving hope and serenity and love to a divided world that didn't have enough. Rasulullah, Habibullah, the light is always showing me the way. Rasulullah, Habibullah, I'm longing for the day I see your face. You brighten up my day, and in my heart you'll stay. With every breath I take, I'll never leave your way. Rasulullah, Habibullah, peace be upon ya. Rasulullah, Habibullah, I really love ya. Rasulullah, Habibullah, peace be upon ya. Rasulullah, Habibullah, Rasulullah, oh Rasulullah, oh Habibullah, showing me the way. Rasulullah, oh Rasulullah, oh Habibullah, day I see your face. Rasulullah, Rasulullah, Habibullah, Rasulullah, showing me. Rasulullah, 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 day I see your face. You brighten up my day, and in my heart you'll stay. With every breath I take, oh Muhammad, I will never leave your way.
Assalamu alaikum once again, and we're back after our first nasheed of the hour. And guess what? My first guest is also waiting for us on the phone. Let's go and speak to her. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm alright. I'm really nervous.
Don't be. You'll be absolutely fine. I am very nervous as well. I'm nervous on my every show, but you will be just fine. You're a
Okay,
fantastic, capable woman. You'll be just fine.
Thank you.
So tell me about this. I mean, I was just briefing my guests, my audience, about the Peterborough Women's Association, the group that lends support to women in the community, and it tries to bring diverse women together, diverse communities together. And you do a fantastic job of organizing these amazing workshops and events. Do you want to tell us a little more about what kind of support you lend?
Yeah, that's fine. First of all, can I say Salaam to everybody who's listening? And about Peterborough Women's Association, I actually started in August 2017. So it's been going quite a while now. And I've done about 30 events. So far I was actually counting today, and I've done about 30 events. Okay. And actually, alhamdulillah, they are a huge success. The women are really coming out and really taking part. And, it's such a rewarding job to do. Yep. So we do events like we go out for meals and social events and, support groups. And we've done a Macmillan coffee morning where over 50 women came, and it was really good.
Are you still there with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, yes.
Okay, yeah, so we've done numerous events. I do try to do about 2 events every month.
Okay.
That's around about how much I can fit in at the minute, because it is all led.
Yeah.
So, and I've got 3 admins on the group, Family Peace and Kelly Moore, and they also help a lot. And then all the women are brilliant. Whenever they come to the events, they all help and take part. And if there's any food that needs, they bring food as well. And, I get a huge amount of donations from the women in the group as well.
So, tell me about this centre that you're campaigning for. You've put in a petition, haven't you? Do you want to elaborate a bit? Yes.
Yeah, so I've started a petition. Hopefully it started, it's ignited something. Whenever I do my group meets, women always want somewhere, like a safe place that we can have, like a regular place they can go to. Also, with Women's Aid closing down, there is nowhere for women of domestic violence, survivors. They have nowhere to go to. All they have is like a phone number and an email address.
Yes.
So it's really, really important that a centre is opened in Peterborough for women. So this is why I've started it. I mean, if anybody is interested in helping me, I know it's a big shot, but, we can't do anything without starting something. So I'm trying for all the women.
Definitely. I mean, it sounds like a wonderful thing what you're doing. How has the reaction been on this? How are people reacting to this, especially the women that you might interact on a regular basis as part of your group? How have they taken this campaign?
It's been, so far I've had over 100 signatures, and I've had put the petition up in 2 days, and, I've had lots of support. We've got some really, really good, successful women, who are making huge changes in Peterborough at the minute. So they're all helping me as well. It's a wonderful place to be in Peterborough at the minute, and, there is change in what is happening.
So do you think that, I know you're doing this for women, and especially because you said that you struggle to find a venue where these women can feel comfortable. But do you think it might be a case of the integration that might take a back seat because it would be very secluded? Is that some of the comments that you've probably received?
No, it's nothing to do with the race. I'll tell you what it is. Women don't like to be in a place, because there's different cultural needs. So some women don't want to be in a place where there's alcohol served. Some women don't want to be in a place where there's men. It needs to have disability access. That's really important. I'm trying to be all-inclusive. And women need to be in a place where they feel relaxed and comfortable and safe. Day-to-day living is really, really overwhelming.
Yes.
And, even if it's parenting issues or things like, domestic violence or mental health issues, like anything, day-to-day living can get really, really powerful and hard. So, just a place or somewhere for these women to go to and just feel safe and, be able to relax and learn. And, my group is hugely diverse. I don't know, I've got so many different nationalities, backgrounds.
How many members do you have as part of this group?
So far it's over 2,000 members, and all of them actually are active in my group.
That's wonderful.
So yes, it's hugely successful. And the good thing also about my group is women are able to message me anonymously with any concerns they've got in day-to-day living, and then I post it out. So they trust me. So it's a big, they've put me in this high position. They all, and then I'm able to put it out onto social media in a closed group. It's a closed group I've got, which is also really good. And then I'm able to share it with the women, and then they're able to support the anonymous poster.
Yes. It's wonderful. Again, like I said, it's a great idea that you started this group to support these women who probably wouldn't know where to go or who to speak to. So that's really nice. Till when do you have time to submit this petition? How many signatures do you need?
Well, I've actually passed the threshold, so it was 100 signatures I needed. I'm up to like 140.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, so I've done that. Well, I don't know what the next step is. I'm hoping the council will get in touch with me and see if we can take it further. And hopefully, it started something. And, I was looking online actually, and lots of other cities have got women's centres, and actually Peterborough hasn't. And we are a highly diverse city, and it is needed.
Absolutely.
So, I hope so. I hope I get the backing of everybody. And,
Well, I'm going to wish you all the best for this, and inshallah I will also be eager to see, where this leads. And hopefully the centre, it's I know it's one of your dreams. It sounds like one of your dreams to have this centre.
It is, because I actually needed it myself, because when I was going through postnatal depression in 2017, I actually needed a place where I could just go to without being judged or talked about, somewhere. And that's when I thought, oh my God, I wish there was a place I could go to.
Yes.
But there wasn't.
But
then whenever I see the ladies, whenever we talk in our meets, they're all like, yes, we really need one. And this is why I started it. But it's a start, isn't it?
It's a start, and you've made the start, so congratulations on that. And wish you good luck, and inshallah probably we'll be speaking about this. Who knows, in a couple of weeks, inshallah, you might be back on the show to tell us about the centre.
Yeah. Thank you for, talking to me about this today.
Thank you very much.
If everybody wants any, more information, you can, if there's any woman out there who wants to join the group, it's Peterborough Women's Association. It's actually a closed group, so, you have to, send a request to join it. But I'll accept you onto the group, and you're not. I barely get anybody who leaves the group. So if anybody wants to join, you're more than welcome to join.
Thank you very much, Sister Rukhsana. Really appreciate it.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. That was Sister Rukhsana Kausar, who is one of the organisers or admins of the Peterborough Women's Association. If anyone wants to join, it's quite straightforward. On Facebook, you can find this group, Peterborough Women's Association. It's a closed group, so you'll probably have to send in a request. She's doing a wonderful job along with the other admins and, organising these events and basically helping these women integrate with each other in the community, especially the women who probably wouldn't get out and about or go to these events. So it's giving them an excuse to actually mingle with other women from the community. And now she thinks that Peterborough lacks an all-women centre, which is maybe putting some women, is putting them off from attending these events that she's organising because they're not comfortable with, being around men they don't know or being around, certain elements. So she is campaigning for this centre. She's got more than 100 signatures, and she's looking for the next step in this process. And we would like to wish her a very, very, we wish her all the good luck. Hopefully she gets what she's trying to achieve. It sounds like a great idea. It sounds like a great initiative. And I know personally I've attended some of her events, and she does a fantastic job along with the other two admins. So it's a really nice atmosphere when you go there. Lovely women from so many different communities and nationalities. It's a really nice... I've had a nice time whenever I've attended her events. So sounds like a fantastic idea. I would like to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think Peterborough lacks a centre like this? Any suggestions? And maybe you are part of this women's association from Peterborough Women's Association. It has over 2,000 members. So, maybe you are part of this. What do you think? Do get in touch with us on 07 on you can text us or WhatsApp us on 07745278978, or you can call us on 01733602133. Tell us about the centre, tell us about the Peterborough Women's Association, maybe an incident that you can recall about this group. And I think what she said about her personal experience that led her to start this group and then to start now campaigning for a centre, I think is very interesting. Sometimes when when you've got personal experiences where you struggle to find something or to do something and you can't, and I think that's where it leads to, maybe I should open this, or maybe I should start this. So she's made the start, and she's got more than 2,000 members on it now, so definitely good going, I think. Right, moving on. We will be breaking in for the Maghrib Azan very shortly, in about 40 seconds time, and then we'll be going into our very short break after that, after the Azan. But do keep listening to us, because we will be talking about a second topic for the day: the stickers, the posters that have been that were spotted in Huntington last week, and actually also weeks before that. They've been now removed, but we'll be hearing from a local resident on what she thinks about them. She in fact spotted them and she reported them to the police, so we're going to be hearing about them. Just to warn you, they are quite offensive, and some of the language is quite offensive in these posters. But I will be telling you more about them in the second half of the show. Do join us back at 5:30 after this Maghrib Azan, and also after this short break. Keep listening to Salaam Radio.
You're listening to Salaam Radio, and it's now time for Maghrib Azan. This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة
الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا.
Father, oh Father, why do you do it? Why do you whittle all day? Why do you carve those statues of wood and fashion those idols out of clay?
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The best house is that house in which an orphan is treated kindly." 140 million children around the world today are orphans, living with no hope of a future or an education. For just 50 pence a day, you can transform an orphan's life and give them the secure future they deserve. Call 03000 11 11 11 now or visit www.pennyappeal.org. Penny Appeal, small change, big difference.
Peterborough just got a whole lot tastier. Five Lads Flame Grilled Peri Peri Chicken is now open. Bring your family and friends to Peterborough's first HMC meat selling restaurant. We are experts in grilled chicken, lamb chops and gourmet lamb and beef burgers. Our healthy options include fresh salads and fresh grilled vegetables. Fresh, clean and healthy grilled food with 4 different flavours: lemon and herb, medium, hot and extra hot. 5-star hygiene rating. Eat in, order and collect or order for delivery on Deliveroo. Follow 5 Lads Peterborough on Facebook and Instagram 5 Lads. 15 Cowgate, Peterborough, PE1 1LZ. Call 01733 56 22 87. Open 7 days a week, 12 to 11 p.m.
Al Murad Tiles. With over 70 stores nationwide, we are now open in Peterborough. Up to 50% discount offers now on. Largest selection of tiles. Full bathroom suites from only £189. Paint, LED lighting, laminate flooring from only £7.99. Over 1,000 designs of wallpaper in stock. We have everything you need. Come and visit us at 193 Fengate, Peterborough, PE1 5BH, or call us on 01733 34 58 47. Al Murad Tiles, now open.
Had a car accident or an accident at work? Accident specialists are experts in no-win, no-fee accident claims. Leave the hassle to us. Our multilingual settlement experts will manage the entire claims process on your behalf, with nothing to pay up front. We provide services such as credit hire, taxi vehicles, recovery, storage and much more. For full details on our range of services and a free consultation, call us on 01733 555 774 or visit our office at 249 Lincoln Road opposite the NatWest Bank. Accident Specialists. Start your successful claim today.
Feel like some great tasting chicken tonight? Great meal deals, wraps, burgers and sides. We've got it all at Chicken Palace. Call and collect at 302 Lincoln Road on 01733 702 447 or 8 Park Road on 01733 34 3750. Chicken Palace, open 11 a.m. till late.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. On the authority of Abu Tha'laba al-Khushni, Juftu ibn Nashir, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Messenger of Allah, may the blessings and peace of Allah be upon him, said, Allah the Almighty has laid down religious duties, so do not neglect them. He has set boundaries, so do not overstep them. He has prohibited some things, so do not violate them. About some things he was silent, out of compassion for you, not forgetfulness. So seek not after them. A good hadith related by Ad-Daraqutni and others.
Matter session.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back after the break and also the Maghrib Azan. I have got a surprise for you all here. Assalamu alaikum, Uncle Ansar's here.
Wa alaikum salam, Sharika. How are you?
I'm alright, how are you? So
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, getting better. I thought I'll give you a surprise and pop in and just to see how you're doing. And I'm so wonderfully proud of the wonderful job that you're doing. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. All your mentoring is paying off, I think. But so good to see you and good to see that you're recovering. Mashallah, that's good.
Now I need your du'as and du'as of the listeners as well, who I miss enormously. But alhamdulillah, I've started to come back on Fridays. But I know that Monday's program is in good hands with you, Sharika. So I'm comfortable with that, and very happy. It makes me so happy that you come such a long way in a very short period of time, and you can sit there and you can drive the desk and you can broadcast a program, talk to the guests as well. Fantastic addition, and I just wanted to express my pride in the tremendous progress that you made. Well done, proud of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Uncle. That's really given me so much encouragement and it's made my day. Thank you very much.
Well, it's made my day as well to be interviewed by you live on Salaam Radio.
Thank you very
Sitting on the other side, okay?
Thank you
very much. Now, good to see you. You and Qasim are doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work. And like I said, it's been a pleasure. And just keep going. And, so impressed with the motivation, the dedication that you have and how, as I said earlier, how you have come in a short period of time. So well done. Keep up the good work, and my du'as are with you. And I ask all our listeners of Salaam Radio to keep me and all the other people who may be going through ill health and other challenges in life, to keep everyone in their du'as, that we all, get over these difficulties that we have in our lives, and we can all lead our lives comfortably and as good Muslims, as good human beings.
I mean, inshallah. Before I let you go, I would like to take comments from you on my topics of conversation today.
Okay, go on.
First half, I spoke about an all-women centre in Peterborough. Do you think it's required? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a fantastic initiative. If our sisters and daughters and mothers want a place where they can be on their own and talk to each other, socialize, I think it's a fantastic initiative. I hope that it will bear fruits and it will come and it will happen. And I'm certainly very impressed with the effort that is being made. I know one or two people, Councillor Asia Joseph, who's supporting this initiative as well, and Roxana Kosar, who I believe you spoke to earlier as well. Yeah, and they're doing a fantastic job. Peterborough Women's Association, they're doing a fantastic job, and I wish them success, and inshallah whatever we at Salaam Radio can do, I personally can do, I will do inshallah to support this initiative. So well done for taking this on board as well and talking to the right people, and like I said, best of luck to them. And yes, certainly, if we can encourage and motivate women to come together, upskill themselves and get involved in society like you have, and that can only be a good thing.
Thank you very much. And lastly, the topic of conversation for my second half of the show, I've got a guest lined up who will probably be joining me very shortly, but I don't know if you've seen these posters that have been all over social media last couple of days, especially when they were spotted in Huntington, quite offensive racist stickers. Have you come across them? How did you react to them?
I have seen them. I feel extremely sad that people can actually get so low and write such nasty things about people who are different to them. We're all human beings, and I think those people are just completely ignorant what those that they are actually offending, what they're about. So I think they ought to talk to other people. Someone needs to knock some sense into those people. These are unwelcome, unwanted, unwarranted comments, and these sort of leaflets, posters shouldn't be distributed, not in the 21st century UK. This is a wonderful country to live in. Huntingdon is a good town. Peterborough is a wonderful city. Cambridgeshire is a wonderful county, and we need to work together. Basically, there are always going to be challenges, but labeling people and offending people in that way doesn't help the situation at all. So please do talk to the people from Huntingdon, and I'm sure the sister Kimberly will inform you what action they've taken. And like I said, I will do my little bit as well in terms of making sure that the message gets to the right channels, and people don't sort of intimidate other people. So good two topics. Well done. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, Uncle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Thank you.
Right, I'm sure no one has Monday blues anymore. Uncle Ansar was here, Councillor Ansar Ali, for those of you who probably are wondering who is this uncle, but that's Uncle Ansar, is everyone's uncle in Peterborough, and he was here, he dropped by. What a surprise for me, and I'm sure the listeners were delighted as well to hear his voice. Moving on, like I said, I was going to discuss these offensive posters that were spotted in Huntington. And just to warn you, they are quite offensive. Some of them contain language that is quite offensive. Just to tell you what kind of the posters were spotted, some of them, said, beware of Muslim rape gangs. One of them said only 2 genders. One of the posters said that 2nd generation, 3rd, 4th generation must go back. One of them said import the third world, become the third world. So quite, offensive and hurting remarks there. I'm joined by Sister Kimberly, who's joining us from Huntington, one of the local residents who raised these concerns about these posters and has actually been reporting them to the concerned authorities. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
All right, alhamdulillah. Thank you. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Uncle Ansar was here with us. So
I saw, mashallah.
How are you? Thank you for joining us
I'm fine, thank you.
this evening. We were talking about these offensive posters. Do you want to tell the listeners about when you spotted them and where you spotted them? Actually, quite disturbing.
Well, the first report of them that we'd seen was, I think, around mid-January, and we were made aware of this by a post on social media. Somebody had spotted them and put up a post on our local Facebook group, to sort of give their thoughts and views on this matter.
Yeah.
And it had attracted quite a lot of attention, and rightly so, that local residents were incredibly upset, hurt and angry that views like this were being displayed in our town, because it's not reflective of where we live or the people that live here. And as we have recently set up a working partnership with the local police here, I'd sort of asked, do they mind if I pass this information on to them to see what they can do to help in this matter, which they were more than happy for us to do. So that's the line that we took. And then it was last week, on Thursday, I believe, a friend of mine had messaged me and said that she'd seen several within a local park that morning. So I'd gone to take a look, as it's sort of just around the corner from my house. And again, sort of taken photographs of them and, sort of sent them on to the local policing team that we're working alongside. So it's, as I'd sort of said to you previously when we spoke, that they are posting them in the most controversial of places that they possibly can, outside local primary schools, outside shops, outside, within local parks, because this is where they're going to get the maximum attention, isn't it, and cause the most offence.
I remember I came down last week and I spoke to some of the residents.
Yes, it was lovely to see you.
Good to see you too. But people were very angry. They were very upset with this.
Yeah, and rightly so. Because like I said, it's not reflective of this day and age, the people that live within our community, and to do them in such places as well, where children and parents are going to see them, it's despicable.
And also, now they've been removed. They were removed, in fact, the next day after you reported them to the authorities. But how do you think the authorities reacted to this, or are reacting to this? What do you think about that?
Well, one thing I do want to make comment on is that when this was raised on the BBC Breakfast Show this morning, I was incredibly disappointed with our former mayor's response to this. The first comment that he made was, are we really surprised that the police are doing nothing about this? Now, this is clearly coming from somebody who's not involved firsthand in this matter, because if he were, he would know the lengths that the police and the local authorities are going to deal with this matter. You know, the very same time that it was reported to the police, they did assure us that it would be dealt with as a matter of urgency, which they did. They had officers out within, you know, a very short space of time to go and look around the area. They'd photographed and documented where they were, when they were seen. You know, is it possible to get forensics from this to see, you know, what potentially, who it could be?
Yes.
And they had been in contact with the local council to get them removed, and I believe that was the same day or the next day in the first instance. And second time around that it was reported, again, the same afternoon they'd been out to do the same thing, to log the incident, to take pictures, and then again they were given the okay to contact the local council to have them removed. So it's incredibly disappointing to hear comments such as this, because it really does put people off reporting. This is an issue. You know, if people think nothing's going to be done about it, why should I bother?
But it's not being treated as a hate crime or a racist crime by the police. What about that?
Well, I can't speak for the police what category they're putting these incidents in at the moment. When the first report was made, they said, you know, obviously until they'd been out and taken a look and seen, you know, the content of the messages,
yes,
there are, you know, sort of potential categories it could be put in, such as malicious communication, hate crime. So I haven't actually spoken to the investigating officer since the first incident. So what category they're putting these actions into, I don't want to quote them, because I'm not quite sure, you know, what it is that they're treating it as. As you know, you spoke to the statement coming out from Huntingdonshire District Council was that they are treating it as a hate crime.
It, yes.
In my own personal opinion, I would put it into that category, because you are targeting members of the community with such vile things. You know, whether that's spoken or it's written, however that comes in whatever form, it is hate speech. So for that then to have happened, is it a hate crime? I believe so.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, if I were to walk up to a Muslim in the street and say, I believe that you're part of a Muslim rape gang just because you're Asian or you've got a beard or whatever it might be, would I then, you know, sort of be arrested or questioned under a hate crime? I'm sure I would.
Yes.
So why, you know, because it's written, why would that make it any different?
And since these were reported, any other incidents that came across, or no?
Not that I'm aware of so far, but as you know, you've sort of seen it from people informing us that they've seen them,
yes,
that we're then able to go to the police and say that this has happened. So unless we're made aware of or go around checking every park and every school and every shop, it's difficult to keep tabs on them. But as I told you on Friday, you know, I'd sort of seen them when I got home from speaking to you on Friday, that they were posted up and down my street as well, which also were removed by the council that same afternoon. So
that's really good that they've actually been proactive in dealing with this.
Yeah.
Is there a message you want to give out to these people, whoever they are, who are trying to, you know, stir up this controversy unnecessarily, trying to deharmonize the whole environment? Any message you want to give them as a local resident?
If I may just give you something, you know, we've seen something online about this group, and I'm not going to say who they are because they don't deserve the airtime, quite frankly. But there is a message that we've seen from them online to their followers, which currently we've seen are around about 2,500 followers, which are advising their followers, get this printer, these stickers, just carry them with you, and when you're alone somewhere, slap them on something. You can buy an $80 printer, then you get a set of pro-white stickers in your anonymous email twice a month. Print them up, keep some in your pocket, and when you're out and about and nobody is looking, slap them on places in public.
Yep.
So this is what they're advertising to their followers online.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, I doubt that they're listening to this show, but, you know, to anybody who may be thinking to do something along these lines, or they are doing something along these lines, you know, it's unacceptable, you know, to have any form of discrimination against anyone. You know, and especially in this day and age, our community in itself is one that's very open, it's very tolerant, it's very diverse, and we do a lot of work on unity in Huntingdon. And, you know, I believe that the people of Huntingdon, they're not going to accept this, they're not going to tolerate it, and in fact, they just, you know, what it actually seeks to do is it brings the community together.
Yes.
Because this is not what the people of Huntingdon are about. You know, so it's now bringing them together to condemn these acts and work together to, you know, sort of stand up for one another. So, you know, they're having the opposite effect of what's desired, really.
Absolutely. If anything, it's uniting the community together.
I would say so, yes. I haven't seen anything to the contrary. So, yeah, it seems to be having the opposite effect, which is good. It has been very heartening to see the response from the local community in condemning these actions.
Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful that they've, you know, because obviously, like you mentioned, their motive, because they're sticking them in such places, is their motive is to get some reaction, some negative reaction, but actually...
I think that's, they've made that perfectly clear by how they've chosen to go about publicising what they're doing, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening, Sister, and giving us your reaction on these. Hopefully we won't have to see any more of these stickers, but if you do see them, please report them to the police or the council, and they can deal with it in the right manner. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Sister.
That was Sister Kimberly joining us from Huntington to talk to us about these offensive stickers that were spotted in the city. I went along to see them as well. They were posted on Thursday, but they were removed on Friday when I went to have a look at them. The authorities had taken them down, very proactively dealing with this. They were really offensive. They were very hurtful remarks on some of the posters, targeted towards different communities. And if you see them anywhere else, do report them to the authorities and they will deal with them in the right manner. Right, so we still have a couple of minutes left, and if you still want to quickly squeeze in a comment or two about the two topics of conversation from today, you can do so by calling us on 01733 602 133 or texting us and WhatsApping us on 07745278978. You can also leave us a comment on Facebook if you like, just the Salaam Radio page on Facebook. You can find us and leave us a comment about these two topics of conversation. I've got some announcements to make of some of the events that are going to be taking place shortly in the city. First of all, I have got the Visit My Mosque day, and on the 3rd of March from 11 to 5 p.m. at the Masjid Khadija and Islamic Center, Cromwell Road. You've got the open day, Visit My Mosque, and everyone's welcome to come and observe the Muslim prayers. It's an opportunity to meet people of the Muslim faith, ask them questions if you have any, engage in a conversation basically, and you also have a children's corner. So do pop in between 11 and 5, Masjid Khadija, and it should be an interesting event. It was a really good event even last year. The last couple of times actually has been held in different mosques. This one is in Khadija Mosque, 3rd of March. From 11 to 5 p.m. Another one is a cancer screening event that's taking place. It's a campaign targeted towards the minority communities, cancer screening campaign. It's aimed at raising awareness of the 3 national cancer screening programs for breast, bowel and cervical cancer. It's going to be held on the 24th of February at 1:45 p.m. Again, this is in Faizan-e-Medina Mosque. And it's going to be held, presented by Dr. Shabina Asad Khayyum, who's also one of the presenters on Salaam Radio, and Dr. Lubna Salim and Dr. Azhar Chaudhry. So the cancer screening, very important, a very informative event taking place in Faizan-e-Medina Mosque in Peterborough on the 24th of February. Don't miss it. It's brought to you by British Islamic Medical Association. Right, okay, we have another open day and exhibition, again on the 3rd of March at the Ghaussia Mosque, Gladstone Street, between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Again, families are welcome, anyone's welcome. Again, you can come observe the prayers, speak to people, maybe grab a cup of tea. So this is, again, on the 3rd of March at the Ghaussia Mosque. You also have the Visit My Mosque or the Open Day at Faizan-e-Medina as well on the 3rd of March from 1 to 6 p.m. So 3 mosques are holding their Open Day on the same day. I'm sure you can quickly squeeze in a trip to all the 3 of them. Should be a fantastic event like always. observe the prayers, speak to people, ask questions, have an interactive conversation, and maybe grab a tea or something with them. Sounds like a wonderful idea. So do drop by on the 3rd of March, and don't forget the cancer screening on the 24th of February. I've also got another announcement here. It's about the Tarmac, or the company proposing to build an asphalt plant here in the city along the, opposite the Glaston Primary Academy along Burgess Boulevard. So I think you can find more information about this if you visit stoptarmac.co.uk if you want to object to these plans, because it's going to create a lot of disturbance, lots of pollution, lots of smell. If it's built in a residential area or an area with such a high population of children and families. So if you want to oppose to this 23-meter high asphalt plant that's been proposed by Tarmac, you can oppose it by going on the website stoptarmac.co.uk to give in your comments. Because the people campaigning for this believe that this area or the location that is being chosen for this plant is not suitable and needs to be stopped. So they need your help. And if you feel that you would like to join in the support, then please do so by visiting this website. Right, we're actually coming to almost end of our show this evening. A couple of minutes left with my listeners, but just wanted to say thank you very much once again for joining us and showing your support to us like you do every Monday. I've quite enjoyed speaking to both my guests today, Sister Rukhsana Kausar and Sister Kimberly from Huntington. Amazing ladies, both of them. They do wonderful stuff with the communities and bringing communities together as well. They really try to do that. We spoke about the Peterborough Women's Association in the first half and how there is a lack of an all-women space or a community centre dedicated only to women in the city. And Sister Rukhsana Kausar and her other colleagues are campaigning for one. There's a petition going around, so if you want to still put in your words, sign the petition, you can do so. You can find the link if you go to the Peterborough Women's Association page on Facebook. They've already got more than 100 signatures, so they're quite hopeful about this. And the other thing we spoke about is obviously the offensive posters that were spotted in Huntington. Lots of buzz around this on social media, lots of people posting about this, commenting about this, giving their reaction to it. It has angered the community living in Huntington because they believe this does not reflect their values or ideologies. This is not who they are, and they think that this needs to be reported. It's quite concerning this is happening. So if maybe you've come across these posters yourself somewhere else, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do so. Just leave us a comment on the Salaam radio page and we'll get back to you shortly. But yes, it's quite sad that in 2019 we are actually having to deal with posters like these, which are quite hurtful, quite offensive remarks on them, targeted to various communities living in Huntington. It was learned in the breakfast show this morning on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire that these were spotted in other parts of the county as well, like St Ives and also in Cambridge. So they've been spotted in quite a few places, and if you have spotted them or if you're aware of these, we would like to know from you, what your thoughts are or where you've spotted them. And if you actually see them personally somewhere, if you want to report them, then please do so. Get in touch with the local authorities, the police, the council, and they will deal with them proactively. They have now been removed from the park where they were spotted on Thursday and then reported. So they've now been removed. But it has left the community quite disturbed and upset about it. Anyway, hopefully we don't have to deal with these anymore, and people whoever are doing these kind of actions, they realize how hurtful it is, and it's unnecessary and unwanted. I will be back inshallah next week with some more interesting topics of conversation and maybe some more interesting guests, hopefully, who can come down and talk to me about the topics of conversation. I would like to know from you as well if you've got any suggestions on what would what you want me to discuss, an event that's happening, and you want to be, you want me to give you a shout out, do get in touch with me, or you can get in touch with the Salaam Radio team, and we'll be more than happy to try and see if we can accommodate that, or come down to the event. So yeah, do leave us a comment or two about any suggestions, any feedback. I'd love to hear from you. But most of all, thank you very much for your support, and thank you for listening to Salaam Radio. I've quite enjoyed my show, and of course the surprise package, Uncle Ansar joined us this evening. So that was really nice of him. We would like to wish him a speedy recovery, and inshallah look forward to seeing him even more on the Salaam Radio presenter chair, as well as out and about. Do keep him in your du'as, and also all of us in your du'as. Inshallah, I hope to be back next Monday with some more topics of conversation with you. Until then, do take very good care of yourself, and see you soon. Take care. Allah Hafiz.